Ever sign up for a tool and get that generic, welcome friend? Like, bro, my name is literally in your database. So let's fix that. In this video, we'll be showing you how to create an automated welcome message that feels like a personal high five. So your users stick around longer and your LTV goes up without lifting a finger. So you already know this. First impressions are everything. They set the tone for the entire customer journey, but most startups drop the ball immediately. Instead of greeting new customers like real humans, they blast out some generic default message that says, "Hello there, welcome to our platform." Like, yeah, no thanks. And you know what happens next? Silent churn. People don't feel seen, they don't feel guided, so they ghost you. And just like that, there goes your potential LTV. But good news, our chief AI officer has a growth experiment that fixes this and it runs on autopilot. So let's head over to Alex for the full walkthrough.
Okay, let's walk through how to send an automated welcome message using N8N and email. This is super simple automation and we'll just go through it real quick. It's very easy. And then what we'll do is show you kind of how to supercharge it. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are. We're in our N8N workspace, super basic. This isn't just something we can do in N8N. Of course, we can use any other automation or DPA tool that you might have at your disposal. Think make.com, think Power Automate, anything that really facilitates the automation of steps. We like N8N. It's very simple to understand and very user-friendly. So right here, you can see I've already got an old school AI workflow. And this is what we'll start with at the basic part. I've already built it. We don't really need to go into it too hard, but let's click into it. Now, you'll see I set it up so that this is triggered on a form submission. Again, this is a welcome email that's being sent using AI. So we're having it trigger by a form. But you can use anything else. We can have webhooks that trigger this. It can be triggered when an email comes in to an inbox. We're going to use the form submission built into N8N just as a way that we can easily visualize what's going on here. So on a form submission, we're having a model write our email, and then we're sending the email based on the model's response, based on a prompt. So going through it, you have the form submission, and we have our form fields that we predefined, right? So it's a new member sign-up form. You got a first name, you got a last name, you got an email address, you got a company name, right? And we're going to say, thanks for signing up. That's the email. And once that form is received, we're going to give it to our AI to essentially write a welcome message based on it. And here we have our prompt. You're an AI assistant that writes warm, first name, personalized, welcome emails, blah, blah, blah. And we give it basically the fields that came in from that form submission. And once the AI gets back to us with that email, we're going to send an email using the Gmail action. Now, this already have my credentials put in here. We're going to send it to, again, this is the email address that was provided in the form. And then we're just taking that output of the previous LLM step, okay? There's a problem with this though. This is pretty static, if you'll notice, right? Form comes in, we give the content from the form to our LLM. In this case, we're using GPT-4o Mini on Azure. You can use GPT, ChatGPT, or whatever LLM you have access to. But essentially, we have a statically defined prompt, and we're just giving it the content of that email or of the form, and then we're getting the response from that prompt. The LLM's response. Here's your stuff. And then we're just dumping that into an email body and sending it. And we kind of have to, what we call hard code some of this. Again, like the subject has got to be statically defined here. This is still really impressive, but I think we can do better. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through how we can supercharge this with a more agentic style of AI that will also enable us later on to extend this workflow. So that's old school AI. Let's go and create a new workflow. And we'll call this New School AI with Agent. Cool. Okay, at our first step, of course, this is going to be triggered by the form submission that is built into N8N. It could be anything, of course, that you want. We're going to leave it with no authentication. There's going to be a test URL that we can work with. And the form title is just going to be New Member Sign Up. No need to do a form description. And then we're going to populate in the fields that the member is going to be supplying. So, first name, text field, required. All these should be required, and that's just so that we can be assured that whatever we're giving our AI, it will have all the information. If you don't require it, people might fill it in, and then the AI won't be working with much. So we're going to add another one, and of course this is going to be last name, text element, required, add form, again, email address. That's going to come in real handy. And there is actually a email element type. You want that because, again, that does form validation when they're filling it in. It makes sure that they're supplying an actual email address. Super useful. And then finally, we're going to do company name. We're assuming they're a company, but, why not? Cool. So respond when form is submitted. You want to keep that. There's no reason to play with anything else here, but you have everything we need. We can even test the setup when we want, but I'm just going to click out here. I'm going to activate it. We don't care about this. So that means that I can actually start submitting the form. If you don't activate this, it's going to say, oh, you're going to activate it. Make sure you save it. So let's just test the setup here. Okay, and you'll see that N8N just pops up that form for you to fill out. So we're just going to do Chuckles. Email address is chuckleshouseofhorrors@gmail.com. And the company name, of course, is Chuckles House of Horrors. And we're just doing this again just so we can trigger this and just get that output. That gives us a sense of what the shape of the data is coming in from the form submission. Okay, and you can see after we submit, this kind of gives you, hey, this is the output. We can even do JSON if you visualize it better. I prefer looking at the JSON because that's actually the real shape of the data, and it helps you kind of pass in those fields going on. So this is what it looks like. You can see, this is all the form fields that I filled out, and we can kind of use that as we go along in building out this workflow. All right, so I had that. Now, this is where we're going to depart. Previously, in the old school AI template, all we were using was basic LLM chain. Again, here is my prompt and the context. Give me a response. It's pretty static, though. Impressive, but still static. I think we can do better if we use the AI agent capability in N8N, and this will also enable us later on to extend this workflow to do other things, not just send email, and we'll just let the AI decide how to do it. So I'm going to go in, and we do not care about connected chat trigger node. We want to define below, right? And this is going to be your user prompt. Essentially, what are you passing on to the language model, just like we did in the other one. And I also want to create a system message. And this is really where we're going to define, hey, this is who you are, this is what you do. Take my prompt and let this dictate. So again, just like in our other one, we're essentially telling it you're an AI assistant that writes warm, first name, personalized welcome emails in HTML format for a startup founder who just signed up for Dierks Bentley's USA, the nation's premier dealer of Bentley automobiles. That's who we are, whatever. Be sure to mention their company in a supportive and fun tone. The LLM loves this kind of direction. And sign every email with Dierks Bentley's USA. Don't sue us, Dierks Bentley. Now, what do we want to provide in the prompt? Well, we actually just want to provide the actual form information so that the LLM has something to work with. So first name, we're just going to go a last name, email address, and we're filling it out like this so that the LLM has context, these key value pairs. We could probably just do the raw JSON, but this just helps us visualize the company name. Okay, we don't really care about anything else, so we're just going to go and bring these in here. Again, once you get super comfortable with N8N, you're going to be able to just kind of fill these in. I'm just going to paste, right? And all you really have to do is last name. You can manipulate it like that. That's fun. Email address. And company name. Cool. And you'll see down here, this is it kind of saying, oh yeah, this is what that'll look like. Cool. So we have there's nothing to do on settings. You can do execute once. Let's just leave this all like where it's at. We have our prompt. We have the system message. Our agent should be good. Now, we still need to give the agent a brain. So I'm going to go. We use our own Azure deployment, but again, you can use Anthropic chat model. You can use Gemini. It's whatever you have access to. The capabilities are quickly becoming the same. So Azure, and we use the GPT-4o, and I have to, of course, give that to it, mini. And on all of these, you can kind of really toggle in those parameters and whatnot. Let's just leave that. There's no reason to really monkey around with this. And I'm just going to, in all things, make this easier to read for anybody that comes along after, so that our workflows are super understandable. So on form submission, let's rename this email writing agent. Very clear. I'm going to give it a memory. Again, if it bounces back and forth like these agents do, where it's given a task, go perform task, come back, we actually need to have it have memory in a sense, or a place to put previous interactions. So I'm just going to do simple memory, and then you have to have it kind of a key for previous nodes. Oh, that's my bad. Execution ID, that's fine. Window length, we'll keep that there. Again, this is just for its own. And then the tool, this is where it gets really cool, right? Before, remember, we had that very static, cascading or, synchronous kind of path that our automation was taking, or our workflow was taking. In this, we're just going to give it the Gmail tool to send an email, and we're going to give it the form when it runs. It's going to decide it wants to send an email, because that's really what it does, and then it'll reach for the Gmail tool. So let's type in Gmail. Cool. I've got my credential here. We're going to set automatically the tool description. We're going to send a message, send. We're going to send to, and that's going to be to the email address that was provided by our new member. The subject, I'm going to let, and this is where we like this, on the more statically defined non-agentic Gmail action, the non-tool Gmail action, you had to actually statically define the subject, right? I had to type it in. Even the to, we could actually just have the AI figure out who this email is going to. Since we know definitively every time this email needs to go to the person that filled out the form, we're going to put that in there. However, for subject, let's just let the AI do it. Define it, figure it out. We want the email type to be HTML. That just enables it to dynamically create these emails. Looks way better than plain text, formatting and whatnot. And then message, of course, is going to be that previous step. So, boom, defined automatically by the model, right? The model is going to say, hey, this is what I wanted to send. Whereas in our the old school workflow, we literally had to say, hey, whatever that language model returned, give me that response and I'm going to put it in the body. Whereas here we're going to say, figure it out. And then we do have options. I'm going to do sender name, and we're just going to do Alex from Flow Velocity. Come on. AI. Now, we could as well let the model figure that out, but let's play this one safe. Cool. And rename, send email. Cool. So now we have our agent, our email writing agent. We have it hooked up to my GPT-4o mini LLM, and it has a tool to send emails if it so chooses. Now, it will, because that's what we told it wants to do, but we can see how that goes. Let's hit save, and then let's see if we can't just test this workflow and see where it goes. So I'm going to test. It's again going to pop up there. Okay, we are Chuckles. Let's remember that. Chuckles House of Horrors at gmail.com. And the company name is Chuckles House of Horrors. Cool. Let's go ahead and submit that. Okay, and we can see in here, it's already done. Boom. Executed successfully. See this? It hit this GPT-4o, it hit my LLM action twice. Did a little back and forth action there. And that's how agents work, it hits the LLM, gets a response back, figures out what to do with it, asks the LLM if it did a good job. This is that agentic kind of reasoning. And that's also illustrates why we need that simple memory, is because we need to provide memory to it every time we hit the LLM. Here's the previous response. Is it a good response? How would you make it better, etc.? And then it looks like it did pick and send the email message. Okay. And look at that. Here's my new one. This is the old one. Don't worry about that. This is from our AI. Cool. Welcome, Chuckles. Thank you for signing up for Dirks Bentley USA, premier dealer. Cool. We're thrilled to have you and your company, Chuckles House of Horrors, join us. Dirks Bentley, we believe it's making some really great promises on my behalf. Thank you. We can't wait to help find the perfect Bentley to match your unique style and vision. It signs it as we want it to. Awesome. That's all we needed. And it did all this dynamically. Again, it provided that dynamic subject, right? We just said, you choose. And all of this, it did definitely formatted all this, sent it all. Really great job. So let's go back. Now, the reason we did this, and the reason, so going back to, our old school AI workflow, right? Where we go, take the body of the form, give it to the LLM to format into an email message, and then send the email message. This is a very static flow. It's very, synchronous, which means one action follows the other, which means this flow can only ever just send emails based on a form submission. And no matter how bad that form submission might be, it's going to send that email, right? Whereas if we go into our new school AI agent, we actually have an agent that makes decisions based on the subject of the form, whether the fields were turned in, whether it has all the information. It's going to implicitly do that in its processing of this. And that not only allows it to send better, more flexible emails with all the information, or not if it doesn't have all the information. What it also means is we can keep adding tools to this and keep adding prompts or system messages. Essentially, we can keep adding capabilities in the system message saying, hey, you can also do this, or hey, you have this tool available, which means as we go, adding more tools will give this more flexibility or more utility, and we don't have to keep building new workflows for it. We can just keep adding to this automation, and eventually we'll just have a really powerful agent. And we'll see that going down the line as we kind of explore other capabilities that N8N allows us to do, and how we can kind of supercharge our workflows using agents. All right, and just like that, we've automated a moment that feels personal, builds trust, and boosts the day one engagement without really needing to write custom welcome messages. We have the AI do that. This is a small automation, a really simple one, but it sets the tone for our customer journey. When a customer feels welcome, they stick around, and we can see that it's a very easy way to implement this. Welcome message, better engagement, higher retention, more LTV. That's kind of what we're looking at here, and that's what this agentic kind of automation will enable and allow us to as well extend our capabilities using something like N8N.
And just like that, you've automated a moment that feels personal, builds trust, and boosts your day one retention without ever writing another welcome message again. That one message sets the tone for your entire customer journey, because when users feel welcomed, they engage, they stick around, and they grow with you. Welcome messages lead to better engagement, which leads to higher retention, which leads to more LTV. That's how you win with AI and automation. If this helped you rethink your onboarding game, give it a like and drop a comment. What would your dream welcome message say? And if you want the exact prompt we used in this video, check the pinned comment. Feel free to steal it. And if you want more growth experiments that increase LTV with less effort, then hit subscribe. We've got 14 more coming in this series.